In the rich tapestry of ancient Greece, before the arrival of figures that would later revolutionize medicine, the landscape of health and wellness was indeed a mix of the mystical and the rudimentary. Divine intervention, superstitions, and a pantheon of gods heavily influenced the Greeks' understanding of illness and healing. Ailments were often seen as punishments or tests from the gods, and cures were sought in temples rather than clinics. The ancient Greeks believed in a balance of bodily fluids, or humors, that needed to be maintained for good health. Disruption in this balance was thought to cause illness. However, their approach was not entirely esoteric. For instance, they recognized the importance of diet, physical exercise, and even mental health to a person's well-being. They held a deep appreciation for the interconnectedness of the mind and body. Sanitation, while primitive by today's standards, was advanced for its time. The Greeks understood the value of clean water, and many cities featured complex sewage systems and public baths. Despite these advances, the reality of the times meant that plagues and epidemics were not uncommon, devastating communities and sparking searches for both spiritual and physical remedies. Medical treatments of the era leaned heavily on herbal remedies and natural solutions. Physicians, while respected, often operated based on trial and error, using plants, minerals, and sometimes rituals to treat patients. With no standardized practices, treatments could vary widely from one healer to another. In this complex matrix of spirituality, rudimentary science, and evolving public health, the stage was set for revolutionary thinkers to transform the medical realm of ancient Greece. Hippocrates, often hailed as the father of medicine, was born on the island of Kos in 460 BC. This picturesque island, located in the Aegean Sea, was part of the Greek Dodecanese archipelago, close to the coast of Asia Minor. Kos was a center for learning and culture during antiquity, making it fertile ground for young thinkers like Hippocrates. Details about Hippocrates' early life are scarce, with a blend of fact and legend weaving the narrative. It's said that he hailed from a family of physicians, being a descendant of Asclepius, the god of medicine, and thus was groomed from a young age to follow the medical traditions of his ancestors. His training likely included studying the works of previous thinkers and engaging in practical experience. Our primary knowledge of Hippocrates' life comes from later writings, mainly the works of the famous biographer Soranus of Ephesus, who lived in the 2nd century CE. It's worth noting that because Soranus lived several centuries after Hippocrates, some of the accounts may be interspersed with legends or interpretations of the time. Nonetheless, Soranus' writings provide invaluable insights into the life and times of this seminal figure in the history of medicine. As was customary for young men of his status, he would have received an education in reading, writing, and probably the basics of philosophy, which was foundational to Greek intellectual pursuits. His medical training likely began under the guidance of his father, Hippocrates, who was a physician himself. This hands-on education would have entailed studying the medicinal properties of plants and herbs, understanding the human body's anatomy to the extent it was known at the time, and learning about the prevalent medical theories and practices. There's also evidence to suggest that Hippocrates traveled widely during his younger years, seeking knowledge and learning from other prominent healers of his time. These journeys across Greece and possibly to neighboring lands would have exposed him to diverse medical traditions and practices, enriching his understanding and approach to healing. In essence, the first years of Hippocrates' life were marked by rigorous education, both formal and experiential, that laid the foundation for him to later revolutionize the field of medicine. Hippocrates posited that diseases had natural causes, stemming from environmental factors, lifestyle, or the internal balance of the human body. Instead of attributing sickness to the whims of deities, he sought explanations in the realm of observable phenomena. His meticulous observations and clinical documentation formed the basis for diagnosis and treatment, emphasizing that a physician should rely on empirical evidence and logical reasoning. Among his innovative ideas was the theory of the 4 humors. He believed the human body contained 4 vital fluids: blood, phlegm, yellow bile, and black bile. Health resulted from the harmonious balance of these humors, and any imbalance led to disease. While this theory would later be revised with the advent of more advanced medical knowledge, It was a significant stride toward understanding bodily functions in physiological terms. Furthermore, Hippocrates stressed the importance of patient confidentiality, ethical considerations, and the moral duty of a physician. His teachings, consolidated in the Hippocratic Corpus, were not just about the technicalities of medicine but also encompassed the broader philosophy of patient care, emphasizing the holistic well-being of the individual. This collection is composed of around 60 works, but it's widely believed that not all of them were written by Hippocrates himself. Instead, they might have been the contributions of various authors spanning several generations, all influenced by the principles and teachings of Hippocratic medicine. The Hippocratic Corpus encompasses a diverse range of topics. Works like Airs, Waters, Places explore the idea that environmental factors, such as the quality of air and water, play a crucial role in human health. Another text, Prognostics, delves into the art of predicting the course of diseases based on observable symptoms, emphasizing the importance of observation in medicine. The collection also includes Epidemics, which provides detailed case studies of various illnesses and their treatments. Throughout these writings, the overarching theme is the systematic and rational approach to understanding and treating diseases, which was a pioneering mindset in the realm of ancient medicine. The Hippocratic Oath is one of the most recognized and enduring documents in medical history. Attributed to Hippocrates, the ancient Greek physician, this oath serves as a guide on the ethical behavior expected of physicians. The oath outlines the responsibilities and duties of doctors towards their patients and society. It touches on aspects like patient confidentiality, treatment methods, and the moral implications of medical decisions. The core idea behind the oath is the well-being of the patient, the confidentiality of patient information, avoiding harm, refraining from unnecessary procedures, and upholding the sanctity of life. Today, despite significant advancements in medical knowledge and technology, the Hippocratic Oath remains relevant. It provides a foundation for medical ethics and symbolizes the transition of medical students into the professional world when recited in graduation ceremonies. The oath acts as a constant reminder of the humanistic aspects of medicine, emphasizing the need for empathy, ethics, and human connection in healing. Over time, it has been modified to address contemporary issues in medicine, such as research ethics and organ transplantation. A particularly intriguing episode in Hippocrates' life involves his supposed encounter with the great Persian king, Artaxerxes I. According to some historical accounts, during a Persian campaign in Greece, a deadly plague broke out in the Persian army, decimating the troops and posing a significant threat to King Artaxerxes himself. Desperate for a solution, Artaxerxes, having heard of Hippocrates' renowned medical expertise, sent envoys to Kos with a letter and gifts, requesting the physician's assistance in treating his army. The king's letter promised vast wealth, honor, and land in return for Hippocrates' services. Hippocrates, however, declined the king's generous offer. His decision was rooted in patriotism. He did not wish to assist the invaders of his homeland. Instead of being lured by riches and prestige, Hippocrates chose loyalty to his people, highlighting his unwavering ethics. Another memorable episode centers around the city of Athens during a devastating outbreak. The city-state of Athens was once struck by a mysterious and deadly plague during the Peloponnesian War. This plague wreaked havoc, killing a significant portion of the population, including the famous Athenian statesman, Pericles. The situation was dire, with bodies piling up and morale plummeting. Hippocrates, hearing of this calamity, decided to visit Athens to help. According to the tale, upon his arrival, he observed the city's environment and the condition of those affected. He theorized that the disease was linked to the water sources of Athens. To test his hypothesis and to offer some respite, he recommended setting up large cauldrons of boiling wine to purify the air and provide clean liquid for consumption. While this remedy might sound curious by modern standards, the act of boiling could have inadvertently killed off some pathogens in the water. And whether due to this intervention or other factors, the plague's intensity eventually decreased. It's believed that Hippocrates lived to be around 90 years old, a remarkable age for his time. This longevity is often attributed to his holistic approach to health, emphasizing a balanced diet, regular exercise, and the power of natural healing. His commitment to these principles suggests that he might have practiced what he preached, leading to his own extended lifespan. As for his death, details are sparse. Historical accounts don't provide a precise cause or circumstance surrounding his passing. Some sources suggest he died in Larissa, Thessaly, though this, too, is debated. What remains consistent across accounts is that he left behind an enduring legacy, with his teachings continuing to shape medical thought for centuries. While the specifics of Hippocrates' last days might remain a mystery, his influence on the medical field is undeniable. His dedication to a systematic and ethical approach to medicine paved the way for future generations, ensuring that his impact would be felt long after his passing.